for you a handout for characteristics of birth order, which I'm going to give you in just a few moments. But before I do, I'd like to go back and review something about birth order in the workplace a little bit, and if that be okay with you. Those of you who are only children, if you have only children, it's always fun to go into the office and find out, are you oldest, youngest, only, middle? You know, people are going, or you can go back and say, boy, I went to this workshop and I really learned a lot of things about birth order. Whoa, okay. And everybody's always interested in constellation, family constellations. Because it does give us, we're all different, we're all like snowflakes, everyone unique, but there are commonalities. So only children, if I can lecture to you for a little bit about it, is that there are more only children in our world today than ever before. I'd like you to think about global economy. And the country of China only allowing how many children?
Only one unless both parents are single kids.
Thank you. Thank you. Got it? So we have a nation of only children. And that is very interesting, and in 30 years it's going to be even more interesting. Because so that's something just for you to kind of tune into a little bit. But only children have these incredible strengths. They are self-reliant, scholarly, organized, they're great organizational skills. They tend to be responsible, they're conscientious, and guess what? They need their time alone. If you're in a relationship or have a friend who is an only child, or in the workplace, you have somebody who's an only child, I need you to know something. They're going to take their own time out. And like you'll be, they're going to be, after work you say, hey, come on, we're going to go and have a drink, or we're going to go and have dinner together. They go, oh, no, thank you. I've had enough of people today. I'm just about up to here. Lunchtime, they may take it by themselves. Do not take it personally. It is their own time out. They get overloaded with socialization rapidly. Only children definitely are not your spoiled kids of the world. Special, yes. Spoiled, not necessarily. Because their parents often only have one basket to put all their expectations in, and it goes to the only child. So in addition to that, I was working with this group of 9-year-olds, and anyway, we were talking about birth order, and it was so funny. They all found out that one of the boys was an only child, and I'm not exaggerating. All these 9-year-olds go, oh, you're so lucky. And this little 9-year-old says, yes, you're right. At Christmas time, I knew all those presents were mine. He said, but if anything goes wrong in my house, they know I did it. All the other kids went, oh, that's not good. That is not a good thing. So the responsibility falls where? Right where? Right there on the individual. So these are incredible strengths. The youngest children have incredible people skills. Remember that. They are amazing facilitators. Corporate America should become very aware of this. When there's conflict, send the youngest. They can get people to work things out. They are very gifted in it. Youngest kids are excellent facilitators. They are normally self-confident. They are creative. God bless them. They have good people skills. They're charming, and they're fun-loving. Now, I'm thinking about my youngest. Right? Home from college, great. He says to me, first night home, I fixed him his favorite meal. He went, oh, Mom, that's so nice of you to do that. And oh, Mom, I miss your cooking when I'm gone. And this mother is going, oh, gosh, I'm so glad you're home. And he goes, Mom, can I help you clear the table? Yeah, he didn't offer to do the dishes, you notice. Okay, then he says to me, Mom, I'm going out on a date. Can I have another $30? I pull it out. I give him his $30. He walks out the door, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. He just did it again. He schmoozed me. And he's so cute that he got what he wanted by schmoozing. This is a problem for youngest kids. You're 32 years old and you're still being introduced as mom's baby. And the siblings are all discussing important issues, and many times they leave you out because you're the baby of the family, even if you are 32. So that's an important thing to understand. And many times in the workplace, the youngest will not necessarily, they'll have great people skills, but they're going to be kind of schmoozers at times because they think their people skills alone can get them by. Not always. But they'll be very, very good at convincing you how nice they are. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. It can go a long way with them. Mr. Popularity, my youngest, has more friends than Cheerios. It's just the way it is. And everybody likes him because he has these incredible youngest skills. Middle kids. I love middle kids for a lot of reasons. But your middle children are often, these are the kids who really, if you're going to have an important word for middle kids, it's unfair. Middle children judge things often as fair or unfair. So in the workplace, you better be very aware of that. They're going to be quick to do either. And I see some middle kids in this room kind of giggling about that. Yeah, because it kind of, gotcha. And it's part of your personal logic. So they judge things in that way. Middle children are unbelievable peacemakers. They are truly empathetic and diplomatic. They're wonderful at helping people, better than the oldest. They're very good at assisting people and helping them out. Isn't that what you do? And it's what you do, and how wonderful. And you're good at it. They're spontaneous. They can always find a different way of doing things. Again, talking about middle kids, I worked with a mother one time, and she said she had 3 children, and she said to me, my young middle kid came to me when he was about 9 and said, I don't know why you had me. She said, what do you mean? He said, well, you've got Leslie, she's the oldest. You've got Timmy, he's the youngest. I don't know why you had me. And this wonderful mom says, oh, if I just had the other 2, all I'd have was a bread sandwich. Who wants to eat a bread sandwich? He looked up at her and he said, am I meat or cheese? Well, that started something incredibly valuable for middle children, and middle children in your workplace too. They need to feel included. They need to feel they belong. And they need desperately a connection point with you. Look for it. It has value. So think about that. So this little boy, for many, many years, mother would walk in, or he'd walk in, and the mother would say, there's my Limburger cheese today. How's my bologna? And he got to about 12, and he went, this is ridiculous. Stop this. And she'd say, oh, come on. I had a little taste for ham when you walk in the door. So she never gave it up, because for her, no matter what he said, the little corners of his mouth went up, and he knew he was what with her? He had a connection with her. So sometimes we've started off this session today looking for points of connection and commonality with people. That's not loose and fluffy. That's deep and gets to the roots of continuing a relationship and maintaining and building a relationship with somebody. Here we come to the oldest. Oldest children are often achievers. They're leaders. They take control. They like it. They're bossy, we were told today. Okay? They like to be in charge. They're independent. They respect authority. They are competitive. And here goes the last one. Oftentimes they tend to be perfectionistic. In their heads, they have this message: I'm the oldest, I ought to be the best. First to ride a bike, first to talk, first to walk, first to drive the car. I'm the oldest, I ought to be the best. And in a workplace or in life, when they can't excel, frequently they quit, or they don't go there, or they don't participate, because they want and need to get it right. Sometimes they over-prepare. I'm the oldest. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think I have given a talk similar to this before? I have. Not quite the same, absolutely not, because I've changed a lot of things for you and your needs. But my point is that did I prepare? Yes, because I'm the oldest. Okay? I wouldn't dare walk in here unprepared. Yikes, I'd have a nervous breakdown. But the point of it is to know that about yourself, and then to know that your boss is firstborn, and that's maybe why he drives you nuts, because things have to be a certain way. To know that maybe your boss is the youngest and is really kind of let some loosey-goosey things, and you have to keep picking up the pieces, and he's really good with people skills, but his details are not necessarily wonderful. And if your boss is a middle child, you can definitely know that at times they're going to look at life fair or not fair. And when you've done something that they perceive as not fair, whoa, you're on the enemy list. And if you have a boss that is an only child, then know full well, yes, they like to be special. And that's the way it is. And they don't understand conflict. They don't get fighting. And they might not be as comfortable sometimes with the peers as they do with elders. And that's part of how they operate. So what are we doing today? We're clearing your vision. So you walk back into that workplace or into your life, you're going to look at people a little clearer than before. And yourself too. Yourself too. Because that is good self-awareness. When we know ourselves better, we have more options. Things are not just automatic. And that has such great value. So this is for you. We can pass these out and do this right now. That's great. Okay? Thank you. So appreciate all your participation today. You really are dynamite. I am right now going to wind down this afternoon, or this one session. And before I do that, I would like you to think about something. What is something that you would take away from this morning's session? What is something that you would take away from it? You have a little index card. Think about one word, just one, that you would take away. You'd walk out of here and you would do that. One word. Okay. Now, if you turn around and face the person next to you and share with them what that word might be, and if you will please include me in that, that would be great. Okay, so it is. Okay. Okay. Got it? All right. Now let's kind of do that together. Let's kind of share just verbatim. What is it that you did? What did you choose?
I wrote down importance.
Importance.
Respect.
Respect. Oh, understanding. Respect. Respect.
Insightful.
Insightful. Woo! Okay. I'm sorry?
Positive.
Positive.
Wow.
I would-
I want to say listen to understand, or I just say
Listen. Oh, okay. Now think about that. I am so touched by what you just did. Because together, as a group, what you did was hit the highlights of what we did this morning together. What a bright group you are. What an absolutely bright group. And what an honor it is for me to be a part of your day. Because you didn't have to be here today. You chose to be. And the only reason you chose today to be here is to improve what? Your professionalism. There are a lot of people who chose not to come, but you did. It says an awful lot about who you are and what you have to offer to the jobs you are in and to the jobs you seek. My congratulations to every one of you. I'll see you after break.